first day of summer vacation, so we're out here shooting some film. I don't know if you can see, I got the old Olympus OM2N, and just rolled up, roll black and white 200 FOMO pan, and so yeah, I'm actually supposed to go pick up a couple rolls that I just got developed, and I could take public transit or ride my scooter over, but how are you gonna take pictures like that? How are you gonna take pictures? Well, the answer is to walk 7 kilometers there and back and take pictures in the middle. So that's what we're doing today, y'all. So let's have a little adventure. So as you can probably tell, we got some nice weather today. Being in Kaohsiung, this is pretty much the norm. Pretty nice. This is the first of the roll, so I had to drop one on an average picture. But yeah, I was quiet walking by those guys, and probably will do that because this is the first time using this setup, and we gotta talk a little bit louder because I don't have a good lapel mic right now. I've never shot this video hands-free before, so I'm hoping it's not too bouncy. But we will see. I'm also trying not to get too many looks from people because I am carrying a big backpack and a camera, and then I also have this video camera strapped to my shoulder, so I've already, not to mention the fact that I'm an outdoor, so you know, I already get enough looks. Alright, so we made it about to the end of the this part of the old dock here. There's not many people out, which doesn't help with a lot of the street photography I normally do, because usually I try to shoot a lot of people. But we're kind of out in the middle of the week, so it is what it is. This is more cloud cover than we usually have, but kind of beautiful looking today, so can't complain too much, I suppose. And we last week, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we got a ton of rain, which is uncharacteristic for this area, so that kind of sucked, because I couldn't shoot much in that. I tried to take a couple, you know, artistic rain pictures, but you know, there wasn't that much of an option. So we're about to go to a spot that's, generally speaking, a little more poppin', but you know, on a weekday when it's literally the hottest point of the day, so most people aren't stupid enough to go out during this time. There might not be a ton of people. I'm seeing some. This fancy man's not really out here. So we're gonna pop in there and see what's happening, and hopefully we can get a couple pictures out of it. But because we got like, dang, I don't know, probably another 2.5, 3 kilometers to go. We got time. All right, so this is well, to make everything clear, I just busted my toe open. I busted it open the other day, also shooting photography, because there's an uneven spot in the ground, and I just did the same thing. So it's not that bad. It's not that painful, but it also doesn't feel great. But yeah, we are in, well, let's see if anyone knows where this is. If anyone knows, Taiwanese people will probably know if you're watching this. And also, I'm going to try to do both English and Mandarin subs, and some of the videos will also just be in Mandarin. but it's gonna be a mix. And I don't know how I'm gonna split it up exactly, but I'm gonna see what we can do. So, hope you enjoy and hope you have patience with me. Because it's gonna be an adventure. Perhaps someone surprisingly, it's not completely dead here today. It's not busy, but it's not completely dead. So we'll see if we can get snag a couple little gems. But weekends are definitely better out here. I mean, I hate crowds, but you know, you gotta do it for the love of the game. It's one of the few ways to get a lot of good people shots. And you guys will probably see this location or these various locations a lot in these videos, because not too far from my crib, and lots of good people shots. And on the weekend there's a lot of weirdos out, and that's always good for street photography. Like I was saying, this is a pretty common spot for me to come shoot, so you'll probably see it a lot. I'm going to try to mix it up quite a bit. I just stopped that last little segment because, like I said, people like to stare, and I don't want them to yell at me because they think I'm recording them, which technically I am, but technically I'm allowed to because they're in a public space. But I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, so. But there's a guy smoking a cigarette, which you're not supposed to do in this area, but hey, I don't really care, to be honest. But smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer, which in Taiwan there are no open container laws. I mean, you know, besides like drinking, driving, but in terms of just drinking out here, it's not a big deal. There's a security guard sitting right next to the guy on a bike. I don't know if you saw him, the security guard on his bike. And he was not worried about the man smoking, but he was staring intently into my eyes. Which, hey, I'm a hopeless romantic, so. Over here on the left is, actually, I think that guy thought I was pointing at him. I definitely was trying to not make him think that, but I think I failed. Is one of my favorite camera shops in the area. It's like all analog pretty much. At some point I might do a little expose on them because they're sick. I just bought a bunch of 120 film because I just ordered a medium format camera. Another whole story is I just bought a mysterious, because I gotta save this so I can show you guys on the video, a mysterious medium format camera. If you have a guess as to what it is, feel free to guess down in the comments below. It's a, I don't know if most people would guess it, but I'll give people a hint. It's not the ones you might guess. I'll give everyone a hint that it's a TLR from long before I was born, and yeah, it looks good. I'm excited about it. So once that gets here, I'll definitely do like a unboxing video or whatever. But I'll pop that thing open. But this morning, one of the reasons I didn't get out as early as I wanted to was because I was dealing with customs. Yeah, comment your guesses of what you think that nice TLR is in the comments, or tell me what medium format / TLR you think is the best or you love the most. Oh, that's another thing that I would like people to tell me is what's your favorite medium format black and white film stock to shoot, because everyone, I was looking at what people liked. I mean, I have an idea, you know, because the 35 and the 120 are going to be pretty similar, if not basically the same. So I have some ideas about some decent black and white film stocks, but everyone I looked at, everyone's always just talking about color. And it's like, color's great, don't get me wrong, I shoot pretty much 50% black and white, 50% color. But for the upcoming projects, for those portraits that I want to do, I would really like to do black and white portraits. So I'm looking for people's favorite black and white. As you can tell, it's pretty sunny, so we can definitely shoot some low ISOs. So comment down below. All right, y'all. So like I mentioned earlier, it's so hot out here. I'm sweating bullets, so I'm gonna go inside 7-Eleven, and that's all you're gonna see about this. You're not seeing the inside. I'm not gonna talk about how convenient 7-Elevens are, because every freaking foreigner has a video about how cool Taiwanese 7-Elevens are. I'm not gonna be that guy. Oh, 不用，没关系啊。没有。好，谢谢。Well, I think I didn't cover the camera very well. Oops. So if you might be able to see it, but I'm gonna black it out. I made a promise. I'm gonna keep that promise. And that is no 7-Eleven videos. So, yeah, just had to get some water. Cheers. It is a hot and humid one today, y'all. Very hot and humid. That's alright. It's that sweat, get all that toxins out. I don't know if that's true at all, but it makes me feel better. But it feels good to get a little sweat on. So we're gonna make our way onward towards the film store. Hopefully get a couple more shots here. Alright. This is one of my favorite little quick hit spots that I walk by a bunch. I've gotten a couple decent pictures here. I like to shoot at night, and it's not super well lit up. So it's kind of a mixed bag. But so it depends. But I like it. I like the size. I like all the expensive looking stuff, even though I hate all that stuff and never buy any of it, and I'm not a big fashion person. Like, I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing right now, but it's not very fashion forward. It's a pair of running shorts, a black tank top, and of course Lambaito, aka blue white slippers. So yeah, I just like the assortment of people we get over here, because you get everyone from fancy business people to you know, cabbies and everything else. So it's fun. Alright, so as I'm making my way downtown here, I'm gonna see, yeah, it's just there's a couple of shots that I really wanted to take, but the light, it's not a lot of, I mean, people are obviously not standing in the sun, but that makes it hard, because then sometimes you get you know, not the best contrast. So I'm gonna see if I can get a couple of people walking around in the light here without them getting too up in my face. I take a lot of street shots of people's backs, and I kind of like the style, that kind of third person shot. And I might, if I get enough decent ones, I might do a little thing on that, because I like the idea of kind of looking at the world from someone else's perspective. But I do like faces, you know. So my new goal, and I'll say it on here, so I have to hold myself to it, is to get more aggressive, face my fears, and take some shots, not in people's face, you know. I'm not I'm not Bruce Gilden or anything. I don't think I'm going to be busting out the flash and just hitting people in the eyes. At least not yet, but yeah, I would like to get a little bit more brave with the shots. Boom. Boom, got him. Didn't even see it coming. Didn't know what was happening. Oh, another thing is, if you guys want to see the pictures, this is something I would be interested in, is, do you all want me to put the pictures inside the videos? Or, I could do, like a, you know, here's how this session of street photography went, and do a separate video. Yeah, I'm interested about what people think. The only issue with doing street photography is you gotta wait. I mean, I don't really touch up my images pretty much at all. Every once in a while I'll do a little crop, but it's not very common. I'm not a big fan. I make the picture and that's what it is. And so yeah, I'd be interested what you all think about that. If you think it's better to put it inside right away, or if it would be better to do a whole separate video on the results. But I post most of the decent ones on the on my Instagram, so you can definitely go check that out. But yeah, we'll see. I might even do a video or two about my not so good ones sometime, to try to learn, both for myself and maybe for people who are curious, learn about, you know, why maybe something didn't turn out well. Now, the question is, do I try to get the picture of this guy behind me? I think the answer is yes, but we'll see if I can clock his distance correctly. I think I got him. Here's one thing that I would like to talk about more in detail at some point, is the ethics, I suppose, of shooting the unhoused. Because it's definitely something I do. I know some people think it's not acceptable. I, for one, kind of tend to think it's there is some aspect of it that does seem exploitative. But I mean, I haven't made any money off of specifically like homeless people shots, and I think it reminds people that it exists, because I think, as someone from a very small town originally, I didn't really see homelessness, and so I notice it, and it kind of shocks me, even though I've been around it for a long time now. But I think a lot of people get used to it and then just kind of ignore it and go, well, you know, either they don't see it at all, or, you know, it's those people's problem. They have substance abuse issues, or, you know, whatever we tell ourselves to say it's justified. My current thoughts anyway, and I'd love to have people disagree with me and respectfully tell me why I'm an idiot. I just think that it's something that needs to be documented, and that we shouldn't allow ourselves to forget. Otherwise, you know, then it just becomes, we just justify it, and then we don't ever try to change it. Alright, look at big homies over here doing this. Look at this. That wasn't exactly the picture that I was looking to get, but oh well, that's life sometimes. I didn't really want to get up. All three of those guys stared at me while I was walking up, so I don't think they're really looking to have their photos taken. They're hard at work. But what I was going to point out is, You see all three big homies in their long sleeve coats and shirts. Boys and girls, it is hot as a mug out here, and people will be in full freaking coats. Like, you can watch all these people driving down the street. Most of them are wearing full sleeves because they're trying to protect themselves from the sun. It's that's one piece of the Taiwanese culture that I have not acclimated myself to yet. I'm still constantly rocking the short sleeves, so I'm all right with getting a little tan. All right, well, after what, hour and 15 of walking, we have arrived. Once again, I'm not going to record inside the store. I don't know how they would feel about that, but maybe at some point we will. We'll see. All right, y'all. Look at what we got here. We got them photos. All right. So now that we have secured the bag, we're going to take a little different route back to the house and see if we can get some of these back alleys, because it's one of my favorite things to shoot in Taiwan. Kaohsiung is an interesting mix because it's industrialized a bit later, and a lot of it was rebuilt too after Allied bombing during World War II. But so it's a little more straight and organized. But try not to get run over here. But it still has a lot of these little alleyways. Other cities, especially ones that developed earlier or faster, they got some real spindly little back alleys. So it's always fun to check out some of this stuff. I mean, look how old some of these buildings are. I think it's old. I really like this building. I really like this spot. Just like the brick and the colors of the little awnings. See, I could get these people, but they're just not in the good light. I don't want to take a picture that I'm gonna hate, but here we go. I probably should have popped the aperture down a little bit on that. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, let's go down this way. I missed that light. So I was being slow. Alright, let me figure out my little route here. I might have to go get some more water too, because we're running low. Alright. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of something I do here, which is you find these little alleyways. You walk down them. Just try to stay pretty quiet. The alleyways themselves are pretty quiet. And you won't know if they're a dead end until you get yelled at, or you see the end of it like we're seeing here. But these areas, if you don't get attacked by a dog, and if you don't get screamed at, there's nothing much going on back in this one. But you never know until you try, right? So, just because I don't want to feel like I wasted my little walk there, I'll just take one, and that'll probably be a trash picture. But hey, you know, you never know. Maybe it'll be the most beautiful thing I've ever shot, which might not be that difficult. This may call for more investigation later, but this is kind of what I like to do in Taiwan in terms of like street shooting, is just find these little alleyways, and you'll see many more of them in subsequent videos, because yeah, it's pretty much my favorite thing to do. Just find these little alleyways, see if they lead anywhere, see if there's anything beautiful in them. Sometimes there is, sometimes there's nothing, but you will occasionally be quite surprised. Point being, take some chances. Take a chance on me, if you know what I mean. That smells good. Kind of makes me want to go eat. So I may or may not have just taken a picture of a nice middle-aged lady sleeping in front of her house. It's a little dark, so we'll see how it comes out. But I popped that f-stop down, opened her pretty wide, and then took it. I like people sleeping. It's the most natural picture I think you can take, and I definitely like to take natural style pictures. I don't want like over-processed pose stuff as much. Alright, so the audio may be totally blown out on this because there's loud cars next to me on one side and the wind is blasting on the other side. Here's something you might not see every day. Little dragon boat. Little dragon boat boys and girls, probably, I don't know. But they're practicing for the upcoming dragon boat holiday, where they will have dragon boat races. So that's kind of cool. We're gonna try to get a shot of them. They really keep on looking at me. It's fine because I'm out here and they're down there. What are they gonna do if I take their picture? I'll tell you what they're gonna do. Nothing, y'all. They're not doing anything. Probably should have taken that shot. Like this homie is leaning out. Get one more shot of them. Wow, I probably should have taken only the second shot, but oh well, like I said, we're shooting pretty cheap film today. Alright, we're gonna run across this road. Oopsies. Sometimes you just gotta make things happen. Taiwan, you can't always be can't be waiting too long to cross that road. So then people are flying by you. It gets more dangerous. I'm trying to live. I did make one mistake today though, y'all, which was I totally forgot to bring the external battery or a second battery for the camera. And thus, I don't know how much longer this is gonna last. So, if this just dramatically and abruptly ends, my apologies, but that's what it is when you're bush league. Well, I got a shot of some of the construction workers, and now we're in a nice little park, a little bit quieter and cooler. Looks like someone else is doing photography over here.